Good morning, Southwest Florida. You're listening to Saving the Investor radio show. I am Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida certified financial planner professional, here with John Antonucci, and we have a lot to really talk about with the market. Had a little bit of rain this weekend, so we'll get through all that. But I want you to enjoy the show and welcome John. John, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Southwest Florida. Great to be in studio with you, Alfie, on Saving the Investor radio broadcast. And we're going to be talking about weathering the storm, not only the weather in Southwest Florida, but Alfie's going to unveil his arsenal for spotting emerging opportunities. You know, remember, knowledge is power, and with Alfie's guidance, you can navigate the markets with confidence. And if economic uncertainties have put your financial decisions on hold, you really need to get a hold of Alfie's free toolkit that will help transform your worries of retirement into confidence. Always remember, Alfie's toolkit will give you a wide range of materials such as, will your money last as long as you do? You need to know that. Are you paying too much in taxes in retirement? We're going to talk about that. If we can reduce your tax burden, that's going to put more money in your pocket. The Social Security Decisions Guide is in there. And will a recession, if we have one, rob your retirement? All you have to do is simply text or call the operator. Text the word KIT, K-I-T, to 239-747-1077. Just text the word KIT, K-I-T, to 239-747-1077. That'll take you to a landing page, and you'll be able to access and download all of this great information that will get you to and through retirement. Again, text the word KIT to 239-747-1077. And Alfie, the market's up and down this week, a little bit more down than usual, but that's to be expected, isn't it?
Yeah, some numbers came out Tuesday that, inflation is hotter than expected. So that means, the market is going to react to that because they priced in some rate cuts, and now they have to price out those rate cuts. And, what happens with inflation, it looks like the economy is tracking the economic growth is the same as inflation. So that means that inflation is still stubborn. And we've been talking about that. People's been talking about this. These Bidenomics has been, the economy's doing good. Stock market's doing good. Yeah, stock market has been doing good. But inflation, people are still, inflation definitely is coming down. But there's some parts of the inflation that is not coming down. The core inflation, the food, the energy, these, this part is not coming down. And as that's not coming down, people are feeling at the grocery store. You go to the, happy Valentine's, everyone. Also, you had a great Valentine week. But, that was an expensive dinner we had, my wife and I. Osteria Celli we went to, and it was, they had a great dinner there. And it was, a fixed menu at $65 a piece. And by the time you get your, it's not bad. But by the time you get your drinks and your tip and everything, a little over 100 a piece, which is typical anymore. You go out, it's $100 a person to go out. It used to be $100 a person. You're doing some serious, nice wines and stuff like that, but it's not like that anymore. So I feel sorry for people that's on a fixed budget right now. They are maxing out their credit cards, and you can just see. And this is why it's going to be a hard sell for Joe Biden to say economy is doing good, you're doing good, vote for me again. Because I think with everything happening in this country that we're in, with these, with the open borders and everything, people are getting sick and tired. And I think it's going to be a landslide. That's my prediction. I pray. We're right. I'm right. Because that's what we need. Yeah,
well, we need to get some stability back in this country, like you said, and we need to close the border. And, we get back to drilling, baby, drilling.
Amen.
We become energy independent. Those prices that you're talking about are going to come down naturally, aren't they? And then we're also going to be an exporter of, fossil fuels, which everybody wants to take off the table on the left. But those things don't seem to have a bearing on the market returns because companies are really doing pretty well, aren't they, overall?
Companies are doing well. The earning, people are still spending money. Companies are making money, and I think the car companies are going to start turning their focus from electric again back to hybrid. They're going to go to high. My son bought a car over at Lexus. It was a BMW over there, at Jermaine. And Jermaine, I'm giving you a plug. You did a great job over there, Tim. Go see Tim at Jermaine Lexus over in Naples. He really helped us out. But the thing about it is, Toyota was one of the first ones, because our friend owns a Toyota dealership. He says Toyota is not going electric. He kept telling me this for years ago, and I'm like, well, they're all going electric. He goes, no, they're going to go to hybrid. That's what they're concentrating on. And all of a sudden, you can see Ford is doing the same thing. They're going to hybrid. All the nice car, the fancy cars, the Bentleys and the Ferraris, they're going to, I don't know about Ferrari, but I know Bentley's going to the hybrids, and that makes sense. You get good gas mileage, and you don't have to worry about plugging in. It's the best of both worlds. It's the best of both worlds, and it doubles the fuel economy almost, and so I think companies are waking up.
Yeah,
it's what the consumer wants. And what the consumer wants is, we're going to talk about some things that we're doing for our clients, and I think it's time to really get your affairs in order. We have a high debt, $34 trillion of debt. Taxes are going to go up. You have to start putting yourself in a position that, okay, I got to take this money out, this $1 million out down the road of IRA, and what am I going to do to fight off the tax man? And there's some great things John will tell you about the tax map, and how to get the tax map, and how to really fight for tax-free money down the road.
Yeah, it's that time of year. It's tax season, and Alfie is tackling a pressing issue: taxes and legislative risk. A ticking time bomb that demands your proactive attention. Taxes are really complex, and the ever-changing tax laws can leave you feeling overwhelmed. And we all know that the taxes cuts that Trump put in place are about to expire in 2025. Even though these tax laws can leave you feeling overwhelmed, it doesn't have to be. Alfie is here to guide you towards securing your financial future. Imagine a world where you can save more on taxes and protect your wealth. It's not just a dream, it's a reality with Alfie's tax bill calculator. Now is the time to take control of your financial destiny. Time is of the essence, and waiting could be costly. Pick up your phone right now and call or text the word SAVE, S-A-V-E, to 239-747-1077 to unlock the power of Alfie's tax bill calculator. This tool that you're going to get absolutely free will analyze your unique financial situation, providing actionable insights tailored to you. Don't let the ticking tax bomb catch you off guard. Access Alfie's tax bill calculator and essential resources to navigate the tax landscape with confidence. Just text the word SAVE, S-A-V-E, to 239-747-1077. That's SAVE to 239-747-1077. Take charge, save on taxes, and embrace a brighter financial tomorrow. And if you don't text, just call the operator, 239-747-1077, and we'll be sure to get you your tax bill calculator. Taxes is something that a lot of people don't realize. Even if they have IRAs or 401ks, when they take that out, they got to pay a lot of money, don't they?
If you think about it, and what that tax bill is going to do, when you go ahead and tax that number, and you can put in a dollar amount, and it would show you what you're going to pay in taxes, but it also shows you what you're going to save in taxes. And it will just blow you away. We have someone that came in last week, and they've been doing a lot of Roth conversions. They have over $1 million in Roth, but they have a lot more left in their IRA account. And they're going to do, we're doing a proposal where they're going to, pay the taxes and put about $200,000 in Section 7704. Of the IRS code, $200,000 a year they're going to put in there. They're going to be putting in $1 million over the course of 5 years, and then they're going to start taking income out 5 years later, tax free of like $128,000 a year, tax free, and they're going to have really a death benefit that will go to their heirs, and they're going to take out about $400,000 or $4 million based on this $1 million investment. So we're talking about tax-free versus paying taxes. There's so much you can you can do if you understand. So give us a call and we'll get back with you on that and go over your plan. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, investors. You're tuned in to Saving the Investor. I'm your co-host, John Antonucci, alongside Alfie Townsend, who has over 40 years experience as a certified financial planner extraordinaire. Last week we explored the potential impact of the upcoming presidential election on your investments in retirement. Remember, elections can be bumpy rides, but with the right guidance, you can navigate them confidently. And that's where Alfie comes in. Today he's going to share key strategies to identify opportunities arising from market shifts and help you balance your portfolio accordingly. Alfie doesn't market time, stock pick, or track record invest. Matter of fact, Alfie has written a brand new book called Making Waves in Retirement, From Waypoint to Waypoint. And I love chapter 4 because it talks about taking the emotion out of investing. And that's what he wants to do during a bumpy ride. You don't want to get emotional and make decisions based on emotions. You want to make it based on facts and information that Alfie will give you. And this book is really filled with really action-packed information that can get you to and through retirement. A complimentary copy of his books awaits you. To claim yours, all you have to do is call the operator or text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. Alfie's book is your guide to a fulfilling retirement. Don't miss out on valuable insights, including many, many stories about investors that he helps save. That's why you named this broadcast Saving the Investor, because he wants to save you from the pitfalls, the schemes, the traps of Wall Street. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Pick up your smart device. Text the word book, B-O-O-K, right now to 239-747-1077. And Alfie, emotion really plays a big part on what happens. We saw when numbers come out or, the Fed, increases the rate or cuts the rate, that people make decisions based on what's going on out of emotions instead of really staying the course to their plan and strategy that you put together for them. And really an income plan is something that you do so well. And there's many, many people that you come in contact with that may not have an income plan. You can put together one for them, can't you?
Well, how about an income plan with some tax-free money? That's what I'm talking about, tax-free income. So that's what we're talking about here at the Advanced Retirement Group. We're going to put a plan together for you that is customized. What we do for you, we're not doing for everyone, obviously, because everybody's situation's different. It's not a cookie-cutter situation where, whatever we do for you, your friend's getting the same thing. No, when you refer someone to us, our clients refer their family and friends all the time, and their plan is going to be different in a lot of ways than their plan, because the fact that everybody's situation is different, everybody's tax bracket's different, everybody's income's different, everybody's assets are different, and risk is different also. So we're going to put that customized plan together for you. The unemployment numbers came out Thursday, and they were pretty low. They were 212,000 filed for unemployment, which is a very low number, and that is that's good, because that means people are still working. That means the economy is still strong, even though the market had a big dip on Tuesday because some numbers came out. Inflation was hotter than expected, so the Feds said, hey, not the Feds. Market said, well, the Feds aren't going to probably lower the rates now because, inflation is so high. Again, inflation is high, but then the next day, Tuesday or Wednesday, the market started, had a nice little rebound. So that's what's different about this market. Remember, it's an election year. It's going to be a different year than your typical year. The markets are usually an up year in an election year. Things are treated a little bit different. You have to look at it different. So, if we put a plan together for you, we're going to look at not just this year, but we're going to look beyond this year. But beyond this year, we have taxes that are going to probably go up quite a bit, because it's going to go back to, the rates that it was before Trump got in. Trump, lowered them in 2017, and they were only good for a certain amount of years.
And they expire and go
and
back.
then they expire. Sunset
unless they
clause.
redo it, or
Yeah, they have to vote on it. If they don't get something new, it's going to go back to what it was. when Trump first got in. So taxes will go up. You have a lot of, there's a lot of things that you can do. And like I said earlier, Trump is looking good right now in the sense of if you look at polls, I don't like polls, but I like them. What I'm looking at right now, I like them, but 30, I don't get 30, excited.
40 points. It's going to be hard to catch him. His policies are fantastic.
Yeah, his policies are good, and even some of the Democrats that are, they're very knowledgeable. They said, I was reading this guy Cook, I think his last name is, and he said that he's a Democrat, and he said that Biden would have to win the popular vote by 5 or 6 points for him to have a chance, and it would still be hard at that point.
Well, I don't think Biden is going to be, the nominee.
No,
I think they're going to have a change of batter. If they put a change of batter, let's say at the Democratic convention, what would that do to the markets? Would that spook them? Or if there was
That's a good question. That's a good question because remember, the markets don't like uncertainty, and right now the certainty is, most likely Trump and Biden right now. But if something like that happens, it will have some type of effect on the market. It'll probably be a short-term. It could be a positive effect too. It could be a positive
Kamala,
effect. If it's Kamala, it might be a real positive effect.
Really? Wow.
Well, I would think so because she's unliked more than Biden.
Yeah.
So that means it would be more of a Republican getting in than a Democrat getting in. So markets, again, though, if you look at markets, they don't mind Democrats. They don't mind mix, where you have divided House and Senate and stuff.
Had a great year last year under Democrats.
Yep, yeah. Because it has divided House, and that's what you want. You don't want, the markets don't really like when it's all one party because things change at that point. If it's a divided party, it doesn't change as fast.
Yeah.
So, but there's a lot that you can do to prepare yourself for, we're just, this is the start of a new year. We're only in February, and it's just a great time to really get rolling with a plan. If you don't have an income plan, we're doing some great things for tax-free money. It's not just a Roth conversion. Like I said, the Section 7704, it's a policy in the IRS code that allows you to put a lot of money into that you can get some tax-free money and pass on a legacy tax-free. And a legacy I feel is very important right now. If you're not doing much with your IRA and you're not really needing the income, man, we can just show you so many better ways. It's a burden. It really is a burden for your kids or your spouse if they're not needing the money to inherit an IRA. There's so many different ways that we can show you how to get that money out in a tax-efficient way, but pass it on a tax-free way. Tax-free is the way to go. If you can, we can show you how to do that by the tax map, and then you order that, and then you set up a time to get together, and let's see if we can put something together for you that makes sense.
Yeah, Alfie talked about it, that the taxes could go back to what they were pre-Trump tax cuts, and that's a ticking time bomb that really demands your attention because you're in a low tax environment right now, and with the ever-changing tax laws, that can leave you feeling overwhelmed. Really doesn't have to be. Alfie's here to guide you towards securing your financial future. Imagine a world where you can save more on taxes and protect your wealth. It's not only a dream, it becomes a reality with Alfie's tax bill calculator. It's absolutely free, and it's really now is the time to take control of your financial destiny. Time is of the essence, and waiting could cost you literally tens of thousands of dollars. Pick up your phone or text the word SAVE to 239-747-1077 to unlock the power of Alfie's tax bill. This is a special tool that he's created that analyzes your unique financial situation, providing actionable insights tailored just for you. Don't allow the ticking time bomb to catch you off guard. Access Alfie's tax bill calculator right now and his essential resources that he's provided for you to navigate the tax landscape with confidence. Either call the operator or text the word SAVE, S-A-V-E, to 239-747-1077. Really, now is the time, Alfie, because if they move money now, they're paying a lower tax environment, aren't they?
Yeah, we're still in. If you look at the tax rates, where we are right now, where we were just 7 years ago, where we were 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we are in a low tax bracket. So this is a great time to really take charge. I always talk about if you're going to take a cross the country trip in your car, the first thing you're going to do is get your oil changed and make sure your car is running great. But you're also going to check your tires and make sure you have great tires because you don't want to blow out. And if right now, if your tires are, not the best and you're going to take that trip, you're most likely going to have a blowout. We know what they are right now. We know what the taxes are right now. So this is a time to take advantage of it, to have tax-free, because the more tax-free money you have now, in the future, when rates go up, you're going to be that much ahead. We'll be right back, talk more about taxes. Welcome back to Saving the Investor. This is Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida Certified Financial Planner Professional, here with John Antonucci. And it's amazing sitting here behind this mic, and it's been over 10 years doing this show.
It just flies by, doesn't it?
It just flies by, man. And loving every minute of it. We are blessed to have a show because I feel that we have a voice here in Southwest Florida. We can talk about things that are important. Clients come in, and I want to talk about that client that came in. I'm going to give you our number first. It's 239-747-1077, 239-747-1077. So we had a client come in, and they had quite a large IRA, but they've been rolling over their IRAs into Roths for many years. Okay, and they have over $1 million in Roth money. So they did a great job, and they're they're not close to take age where they have to take money out, so they have years left to do more conversions. So I'm showing them a different option to say, okay, instead of taking this money and just putting into a Roth, because they're looking for some tax-free money, but they're looking for legacy also. So what we're going to do is start taking money out, pay taxes on that money that they're taking out, and putting in a couple $100,000 into what we call a section of the IRS code at 7704. So at 7704, it allows us to put a dollar amount and have this money that goes into an account that is growing tax-free, and it comes out tax-free because when you take it out, it's a form of a loan, and it gets paid back. It gets paid back when you die, and then there's still a substantial amount of money over and above that. So we run the numbers, and if they die at 80, if they die at 90, if they die at 100. The amount of money that they were able to take out, John, tax free, it's amazing, and so much better than a Roth because they can take out a whole lot more money. But then the heirs on a Roth, what happens on a Roth is just the same thing as an IRA. The difference is if you inherit a Roth, you don't have to pay taxes on it, but you have to take it out over the course of 10 years or have it all out by 10 years, just like an IRA. So if you have an IRA, and if you inherit an IRA, John, you're going to be in a different tax bracket because you're going to be taking out money out of this IRA, and you're going to be like, dang, I like this money, but man, it's messing me up with my other monies too. I'm paying a lot more taxes now than I was paying. Yes, I did get money. So, it is a gift, but sometimes it's a gift that causes additional taxes. Now, a Roth would not cause additional taxes, but what's bad about it is you can't, like the old days, you could spread that Roth out for many, many years. It's called a stretch IRA, stretch Roth. But with this, you have to take it out by 10 years.
I'm amazed at that because they're not getting money on it. So what's the rush to get it out?
Well,
they don't want it growing, probably.
Well, the Roth, you're talking about the
Roth. If you got to get it out by 10 years, what would the government be afraid of it growing tax-free inside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think they would want, you would think that it doesn't matter, but it does matter. So you do have to take it out. But with the 7704, you don't have, you're going to take it out, but it's going to be tax-free. And when you take it out tax-free, you can invest that money any way you want. You can invest any way you want, or just leave it in there and take it out as income. You can take it out lump sum. You could do whatever you want to do with it, but it's substantially more than if you just left it in the account. So if you never had anybody run some proposals for you, let us give you some options. If you can, and if you're over like 72, it's best to do a Roth conversion. But if you're under 72, you're like 55 to 72. Oh man, this is a great option if you can qualify health-wise. There's some health questions and stuff, but it's such a great benefit that the IRS allows us to do still, and hopefully they don't change this law. If they don't change this law, it's a great law. It's a great strategy that we use for our clients.
Yeah, Alfie has many opportunities to help investors. That's why he has this broadcast, is to help you, the savvy investor, invest properly. And he has a plethora of different opportunities for you. And the way to find that out is to deal with somebody with 40 years experience, not only as a financial advisor, but he is a certified financial planner, provider, professional, and he's a fiduciary, which means his responsibility is to you, not to any products or services that he offers. And Alfie has put together a retirement simulator process that you really need to sit down with him in one of his offices, Fort Myers or Naples, two beautiful offices, and he will take a deep dive into your current portfolio to see what's really going on. He's going to expose all the hidden fees inside your portfolio that could be eating up your returns. He's going to make sure that you're allocated properly, that you're diversified correctly, that you're rebalancing on time, that you're not taking undue risk for the amount of return that you're getting each and every year. And the way that you can get together with him is either text the word VISIT, VISIT, or call the operator at 239-747-1077. Tell them I want to take advantage of Alfie's retirement simulator process, and he'll be able to share with you a strategy and a plan that will be tailor-fit. He doesn't have a cookie-cutter approach. It's tailor-fit to whatever your desires are, your financial goals are, your dreams are. Whether you're soon to be retired or currently retired, you owe it to yourself to get a second pair of eyes, a second opinion like Alfie Townsend on your portfolio. It doesn't cost you anything. Just give the operator a call or text the word VISIT, VISIT, to 239-747-1077. And Alfie, when we're talking about financial advisors, finding the right one can be a difference between achieving our listeners' retirement dreams or facing retirement setbacks. And mistakes in retirement, especially when they're retired, can be very costly because you navigate the complexities, ensuring your investments align with their goals. If not using an advisor, maybe someone's listening, they say, you know what, I'm going to go solo. What are the risks and challenges of managing their own portfolio?
Yeah, well, emotions come in play a lot of times, John. When you're doing your own portfolio, there's situations where you might get out of something because of you heard something, or the market had a bad couple days or 3 days, 4 days. And you say, I don't want to go through this again. And then, like if you go back to 2022, that was a tough year. The market lost 30% for the NASDAQ, 20% for the S&P. And, people probably that was doing it themselves, they probably got out and they were able to get a CD. So they locked their losses in and got a CD. And then in the meantime, 23 came up and, we had portfolios that made over 40%. A lot of them made 30%. Yeah. So, we had these portfolios that were rocking and rolling that made up the losses and then some. But a lot of people that did it themselves, that got out, that panicked, got stuck into the rut and wasn't able to make that money up yet. And it could take years to make that money up. You have to be right twice, when to get out, when to get back in. But when you're having professionals do it where they're rebalancing, they're buying, they're changing, they're actively managing these accounts, that's what you want. We just have a lot of different situations. We have We had a client that came in this week again. We had a client that came and had a lot of one particular stock, and it's a very it's a well-known stock because it's been on a tear lately. So what we were able to do, it doesn't pay dividends because it's a growth stock. So what we're doing is we're proposing to them they can get on some of these options on that stock. This is money that they were not getting. This is important. This is direct indexing. This means that we're going to take their stocks, and they are going to loan their stocks, and they still own them. But what happens is they get paid on those stocks. And in this case, it was going to be a couple $100,000. They were going to get extra money on the stocks, and all they had to do is say that if it grows at 30%, they're going to have to sell those stocks. If it grows at 30%, they have to sell them. And it's not a big deal because it's in an IRA. We sell them, we just buy them back.
Yeah, nice.
So you would have made your 10% growth or your 10% interest that they were not getting, plus the stock went up, so they were able to sell the stock and then they buy it back. Sounds too good to be true. No, it's not. This is what people of wealth do. And a lot of people with wealth, they don't know these strategies because they're with an advisor that is just maybe just investing their money and not understanding there's other options out there. Again, what I always strive on, as my cousin Steve taught me, is I tell that story where he did not stay ahead of his profession back in the early 80s when he was doing all the directing for Chrysler commercials, and then computers came out that started doing editing, and he did not learn and didn't grow, lost his job, lost his wife, lost everything. And at that time is when I was just starting this career in the insurance business in '83, and I said, man, I am not ever going to be in that position where I'm not learning and growing and teaching myself with other leaders around the country. And I do this 4 or 5 times a year. I go out to make sure that we are staying ahead for not just us, but for our clients. We got to do it for our clients as fiduciaries. John talked about being a fiduciary, and that's the important part is staying ahead to offer you things that you're probably not even aware of because your advisor isn't bringing it up. So this is a time to come in and let us show you what we do different. You might have outgrown your advisor. We talk about it all the time. So if you think you might have outgrown your advisor, give us a call and let's see if we can put you in a better position. That's 239-747-1077. That's 239-747-1077. And that our operators are standing by. Just give them a call and just say you'd like to visit with Alfie. See if he can put me in a better position. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. Alfie's book was in high demand last week, and due to popular demand, Alfie is offering it absolutely free again. A complimentary copy of his book awaits you. And I love Chapter 6 because it talks about minimizing your taxes. There's a whole chapter on that. We touched on that a lot today. And to claim your book, all you have to do is text the word book, B-O-O-K, or call the operator to 239-747-1077. Just text or text the word book to 239-747-1077. Alfie's book is your guide to a fulfilling retirement. Don't miss out on these valuable insights, including many, many stories about investors he has helped save over the years. Text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077, or simply call us at 239-747-1077. We're talking about how to choose the right investor for your retirement plan. And maybe you've outgrown your investor. Maybe you don't have an investor. But finding the right fit, Alfie, is really important. And I know you don't work with everyone, nor does everyone work with you. What are the essential factors to consider if they were going to select you as an advisor?
Well, like you said, we don't work with everyone. Everybody doesn't work with us. First thing is, dollar amount has to be, the right amount at least to work with us. But the other thing is you have to, come in and really just ask me questions, what's important to you, and see if our values align with each other. Because if we had an advisor or really someone that came in, I remember it was a couple years back, and she was telling me that he was a liberal, and these people were conservative.
Right.
And I'm telling you, they said that it just rubbed them wrong, and they were buying stocks that they didn't believe in, and and he wasn't listening to them. He was, so of course that was one that we rolled it from where they had it over to us, and we had, for example, we had a portfolio last year that was doing very well, and then it was Target started. That's when they did their shenanigans with the beginning of the year.
Woke.
They went woke, and they went woke, and the stock started going down, and our clients were calling us, and I said, you know what, I feel the same way as you feel, and we were, I called our money manager, and I said, listen, give us some options to get Target out of our portfolio. Now we can't do this on all the portfolios, but this one we could, because it was is a separate managed account, and we had a lot to do with this particular one. So they came back and said, Costco looks like the one that would be a good fit to replace it. So we took Target out. That was down about 14% at the time. And all the stocks were going down. This was in 22. And so it was going down, and we replaced it. Now, I think it was last year because Target,
Target last year.
Yeah, it was early last year, 23. And so we replaced it with Target or with Costco, and Costco was up like 34%.
Yeah.
So it made up that loss and then some. And that's what we can do here. So if clients come in and say, listen, I don't want anything to do with woke companies, I will show them different portfolios where we can help them out with it. Again, we don't have that on every portfolio that we have. Like, some people are mad at Disney, but Disney's in the S&P 500 that we have. So, but if they don't want that, then we have other ones that they can have. The bottom line is, when you're dealing with your advisor, if they're not on the same tune as you need to get rid of him or her.
Yeah, and it's not like the people listening can just call their mutual fund and say, I want to take this out, can they? I mean, if if they have a Vanguard or something like that, they couldn't just pull out and say, I want Target out, and they're going to do it for them, right?
No,
That's
and people don't know, but in essence, if you're, when I first got in this business in 1983, I mean, I was, the old salesman, would say, Alfie, you don't talk religion, you don't talk politics. You hear that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to this day, you still hear it. Sure. That's what it's trained. But at this stage, doing this as many years as that's why we have a successful practice, is because I talk religion and I talk politics, and it's amazing here in Southwest Florida, 90% of the time they agree with us.
Yeah, yeah.
And the 10% that don't agree with us, that's no problem. We don't do business with them. It's awesome. It really is.
Well, 90-10 isn't a bad.
It's not bad at all, because our clients are like-minded.
Right.
And when we're in a group, sometimes we'll have 100 to 200 people that we're doing an event for, and I know they're like-minded, so I don't have to worry, oh my God, I hope they don't talk to this person, that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a great thing. It's a good thing. So that's your answer.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So, I mean, a perfect match is something that you'll decide with Alfie, and he'll decide with you. But really, you have to sit down and really go have a review. And a lot of you maybe haven't had a review in a year or two. Now's the time to come into the office. Alfie has a retirement simulator process that he can meet with you in Fort Myers or Naples. And what he does is he'll actually take your portfolio and bring you back 5 years prior and put his portfolio 5 years prior next to yours. And you'll see right in black and white how his performed versus how you're performed. It's pretty simple. The numbers don't lie, and you'll be able to make a decision based on what type of value that he adds to you, because he's going to add incredible value to your life and to your portfolio and to your retirement process, because he is Southwest Florida's premier certified financial planner professional with over 40 years of experience in this industry. You owe it to yourself to get a second opinion or a first opinion if you've never had one, and meet with Alfie in Fort Myers or Naples. He has 2 beautiful offices. All you have to do is text or call the operator. You can text the word VISIT, V-I-S-I-T, to 239-747-1077, and Alfie will put your portfolio through that retirement simulator process, exposing all the hidden fees that could be eating up your returns, making sure that you're allocated properly, diversified correctly, that you're not taking undue risk for the amount of returns that you've been getting over the past 5 years. And he's going to put together an income plan and a strategy that will help get you to and through retirement. Text the word VISIT or call the operator 239-747-1077. Now's the best time, really, to do it, because we're in the tax season, and you can evaluate if they're paying too much taxes as well, aren't you?
Yeah. So this is, that retirement simulator. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. That is something, if you never taken advantage of it, a lot of you have. But really, we take your holdings that you currently have, and we bring it over and we run it through this stress test, and we really try to find out what's going on inside your portfolio, the stocks that you're holding, the sectors that you're holding, how many bonds you're holding, international. So, where in your fees, what are you paying? Because it's funny when people come in, they say, oh, well, I don't, when I ask what are your fees? And they say, well, I really don't know. I don't think I have any fees. They say, and it's all hidden inside. So that's what the retirement simulator does. It takes out your fees. It takes out a lot of things. And then John says we can run it, compared to what we would do for you. And you can see, we put what we get paid in there, and the computer will really take out any fees and analyze it. And then you have a good picture, and we try to educate our clients, because if you are educated and you know how the market's working, you know what's in, you know how high it can go and how low it can go, you're going to be a much more, I think, a happier investor, up or down, because you know that you have a plan. And that's the most important thing. You have a plan. You're listening to Saving the Investor radio show. Again, we've been on this station for over 10 years. We're on also NBC2 on every Sunday after Meet the Press. If you never watched our show, it's, again, another great name, Saving the Investor. And it's after Meet the Press at 11 o'clock, 11 to 11:30. And again, we've been on this radio station for many, many years. And Jake the Millennial is our producer and does a great job. And thank you, John. It's been many, many years we've been working together.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, it's been awesome. So we have a great audience. We get lots of calls, and I hope you get a lot out of this show. Again, you're listening to Saving the Investor. I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida certified financial planner professional. If you want to get together, we'd love to have that meeting, 239-747-1077. Enjoy this little rainy weekend. Until next week, be blessed.